What is going on, everybody? It's only my second time live streaming here, so you have to give me a break. I'm just gonna make sure everything's working here. Yep, okay, looks good. So, alright. So you can see the title of the stream here. It's there's a lot of excitement coming out of FanFest right now, right? And one of the things that was brought up was the addition of crafting and gathering exclusive content, right? We're going to be rebuilding Ishgard finally, right? So, and one of the things that was mentioned from that is the possibility of Ishgard housing, right? Now, a lot of people are speculating what's going to be happening with this. Is the housing part of that? Is it separate? Does the community work together? Is it a server-wide effort? Is it exclusive to yourself? Nobody knows, right? It's all up in the air right now. But part of what was speculated, or what people have been saying is it very well could be exclusive content for crafters and gatherers. It could be a housing area that you have to actually unlock via this new in-game for crafters and gatherers. So if you don't have crafters and gatherers leveled up, then you're not going to be able to get a house in Ishgard. So that's not 100%. Like, we don't know that for sure, but um, like I think it would be a good idea just to be prepared, right? Just in case. If you really want that Ishgard house and you want to make sure you're able to get it and you don't have crafters and gatherers leveled, I think this would probably be a good time to get on that. And, there's been a lot of Reddit questions popping up lately, forum discussions, just a lot of people asking, how do I get into crafting? How do I get into gathering? What's the best way to get started? And so I'm going to start this video series, and also as part of my stream, to basically teach you guys everything you need to know to get started and reach that end game level, so you guys can be ready, just in case in 5.0 you really need those crafters leveled up to do that, to get those Ishgard houses. And maybe you don't care about the house, but maybe you want to do that reconstruction content, and that at least does sound like it's going to be for crafting and gathering only, and there will be some notoriety tied to that as well. So if you want to participate in that, you definitely are going to need your crafters and gatherers ready to go. So you can see here I'm not using my usual character, and that's because on my main character I already have everything leveled. It's already 4-star, so I don't, there's not much to really show you guys there. Whereas this character is my alt. I just kind of use them to run like the FC bank or whatever. Um, we have like an extra house to have like more airships and more bank storage and stuff like that. So that's what I use this alt for mainly. Um, but yeah, I haven't touched this character and actually done content with him probably in 4 years. You can see my highest job's level 60. So I basically went through the Heaven's Word main scenario, and that's where I left this character off. So, um, and I've leveled up a little bit with my crafting and gathering, but not really that much. Like, nothing's max level. My crafters are pretty low. So if you're a person who's just kind of starting out, dabbling in either one of these, your job list might look pretty similar to this. So, and so I'm going to show you where to go from here and how to really you know, get your crafters and gatherers going to a decent level. So the first thing I'm going to want to do here, and I'm going to make this simple. I'm not going to go through a lot of in-depth explanation. I'm just going to kind of show you guys what I would do if I was going to be leveling up my character. Knowing what I know, being 4-star crafting, and taking everything I've learned over the years. I know kind of a few tricks to really get you going. So, and I just want to put a disclaimer out there. It's not going to be a quick process. This isn't, a video that's like a level up fast video, or a shortcut or anything like that. This is just going to teach you basically a routine of, if you do it every day, you're going to get to level 70, no problem. And all you have to do is be consistent. It doesn't take a lot of time, so it's just a matter of forming a habit and staying after it until you hit that level cap. So the first thing I want to do here, you can see I have my beast tribes here. I don't have anything leveled up, and I don't even have the Ixals unlocked. So that's going to be the first thing you want to do right out of the gate. And I believe as long as you've completed the Realm Reborn main story, that you should be able to access this quest. So I'm going to head right over to where you unlock that and show you guys that quest. So this is going to be part of your routine that you're going to want to do every day to get your levels. So I'm going to Gridania right now, and you can see I have a quest right here by the Adders Grand Company, and that's the unlock quest for the Ixals, and you can see it is level 50, so you do need to be level 50 to take that quest. As long as you've completed the Realm Reborn main story, you should be good to get that. So I'm going to head right over there. And I'm just going to be skipping all the dialogue and everything because you guys don't need to worry about that. If you want to read it, you can read it on your own time. And alright, I gotta bring my quest log back up here. You can see I still have all these stupid quests that I never did. It's gonna be this one right here. So I gotta go to the Hawthorne Hut. I'll teleport there. And you guys can see too, like, I don't have a lot of gil either, so we're really starting from scratch here. Like, there's no money involved. We're just gonna do it the cheapest way possible. So, if this is something you want to do, this is definitely, something to watch, if you want to learn the basics here. I didn't like give myself any gil from my main or anything like that. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not going to take any shortcuts. I'm going to play just like one of you guys are playing, starting out with nothing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to skip all these cutscenes. Alright. Hold on a second, I think this is actually the wrong quest. Let me pull up my quest log here. Yeah, this is a quest to unlock Renew. Hold on here. Apparently I don't have that quest for some reason. Let me go back over, check something real quick. I might have already taken this quest before and just never completed it or something. Like I said, it's been 4 years since I played this character, so I'm not really sure what I did and what I didn't do. Okay. Yeah, so I have access to the Ixal Beast Tribe. I just never activated this very first quest. So I did there is actually a quest there in the adders if I recall, but I already did that quest. So it's already given me access to this level 1 quest at the Ixal Beast Tribe. So disregard that first little bit there. There is a quest there, but I took a different quest. But you do need to do that initial quest, and I just already did it. So I'm gonna head over here to the Ixals and do the next part that would open up after you do that quest. Alright, so here we are. And you can see this quest is red because I'm not on a crafter or gathering job, and you have to be on one of those to be able to do these quests. So I'm going to switch to my botanist. Or actually, no, I think you do actually have to be a crafter. There we go. I switched to a culinarian, or a carpenter rather. And now that quest is available to me. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to this guy. And again, I'm going to skip through all this dialogue. You guys can read it and learn the story if you want to. Basically, the quest involves helping the Ixal to build this airship down here. And if you care about the story, you'll find out why they're building that. So my next quest is down here at Falgore Float, so I'm gonna head back over there. Yep, and it is this quest here, reaching for Cloud 9, that'll get you where you need to be for the Ixals. Wow, I actually got aggro. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm on my low level crafter. That's why I got aggro. I haven't got aggro in these zones in a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and hide all these other quests, by the way, too, so I don't get distracted again. Some of these are just Heavensward stuff. This is the one I want right here. Hide all these quests. So, alright. So now we just have our Ixal quest showing. Alright. So I gotta talk to this Kikarian here. And 1 second there, I just had to check my chat briefly. I'm doing like a ghetto stream here. I don't have extra monitor or anything, so I'm looking at my chat on my phone. I have to open up my phone every once in a while to see if anybody's there. Nobody here right now, but that's okay. I'll be posting this up to YouTube as well, so hopefully some people will get some use out of it there, even if they're not watching right now. So, again, just going through these quests to get those Ixals unlocked. That should be your first priority. And you can unlock these at level 1, crafting. So if you don't have a tool or anything, whenever you go to unlock your crafters, which I can't show you because I already unlocked them all, but you just go to the guild in town and there will be a quest there to unlock the class, and they'll give you a tool when you start that quest. So if you don't have any, if you're really starting from nothing and you don't even have a tool, just go to your whatever crafting guild you want to and pick up that very first quest, and they'll give you a tool, and you can just equip that, and then that'll allow you to become a crafter and pick up these quests that I'm doing right here. So this first quest wants me to make a whole interior component. So basically I'm going to open up my crafting log, and I have some new recipes here that I haven't done yet. But right now we just want to get this quest done. And the way we do that, it's over in this special recipe tab, and you'll see you have a section here for Ixal quests. So you just open that up and find the item it wants you to make, and it wants us to make this whole interior component. And you can see it gives me the materials to make it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and make this. And oh, I think I have to equip the gloves here that they give you. Yep. So that's important for the Ixal quests. You gotta equip these Ecatl wrist gloves, or else it won't let you make any of the stuff. It's kind of a dumb restriction they put on the Ixal quests, but it's just what it is. So you gotta equip those to do anything. So we'll try now. Oh, and I don't even have shards, so that's a problem. Alright, well we're gonna fix that real quick. I can get some shards with my handy botanist here. And again, you don't need you can get these shards at level 1, I think. So, and I do recommend if you're just starting out, you want to have your gatherers leveled up as well, so you can do them together. So you know, just every time you need something for your crafter, just switch to your gatherer job and go out and gather it. Or honestly, what I do is I level up my gatherers first and then come back to crafting after my gathering is already max level. That way I know I'm going to have access to all the materials I need. So, and you know, as I showed you guys earlier, I do have these leveled up a little bit already, so that's going to make things a little bit easier for me. But, you know, basically, I'll probably do another video later touching on the basics of gathering. But for right now, I'm just going to go get those shards. So, you know, I have my stuff equipped here, and I can just open up my gathering log, and then you can see there's shards here that are level 1. So I needed ice and wind. So if I click on it, it's going to show me where everything's at. So let's see if I can find some in the shroud. There's some in this level 5 area. So I'm just going to teleport over here real quick to Bent Branch and get some of those. And you guys are going to realize pretty quick starting out with crafting and gathering, that a lot of the hassle is just knowing where stuff is. Once you know where it is and how to get it, it your life just becomes a lot easier, and then you don't have to, it's not so hard. And over the course of these series of videos, I'm going to show you guys some tricks too as we get more advanced, to know easier ways to find things. And so you'll never be lost. You'll always know where to go. But if you don't have a gatherer leveled at all, like I said, these are level 1, so you can just hold on a second. Let me put a mount on my bar here. I don't have a mount set up. It's showing these ones because I copy and pasted my UI from my other character, but I don't actually have these mounts on this character, so that's why I can't use them. Let's go with Carbuncle. Or I guess I could use my new my motorcycle from FanFest. Might as well get some use out of that. Alright, so we're looking for those gathering nodes. So you can see they're on my map right here. That's because I have this triangulate buff on. Once you level up, I think to like level 5 or something, you get a trait, and this just automatically turns on every time you switch jobs, and then you'll be able to see these nodes. So let's see here. These should have the shards I need. Yep. Oh, they've got both of them. That's handy. So I'm just going to gather a few of these. You'll see sometimes you get bonuses for shards, so you gather extra. And it's just an RNG chance to happen. It's just something to make your early shard leveling a little quicker, or shard gathering, I should say. I'm not gonna get a whole lot of these. I'll get, say, like 20 of each. Don't try to go like out of your way to get more than you need, because if you want to like sell some, that's fine, but you don't really need to go out of your way when you're just leveling, because your primary goal should just be to get leveled up as fast as possible. And you're going to come across roadblocks where you find you don't have the thing you need. And again, if you just level up gathering a little bit, all it'll take you is a little bit of time to just go out and build up a supply of whatever you need. And then you can see, if you do what I'm doing and just gather stuff as you need it, you'll get experience points along the way, and you may find you don't even notice that you're leveling your gatherers, and they're just getting up there on their own. So, how many wind shards did I get there? I got 4. I better get some more of those. And I should have some skills here that'll boost my yield. You get better ones in Stormblood that I don't have here. I guess I'll just use this Blessed Harvest. It's 500 GP, which is a lot, but you'll see that now every time I swing, it's going to give me 3 instead of 1, so that's makes things a little quicker for you. So, I mean, just when you're starting out, just look at, your tooltips as you come across them, and just try to familiarize yourself with your skills, and, use them as you see fit, Just kind of use your judgment on GP, whether or not you want to wait or whatever. Typically, it's just best to just blow your TP whenever it's available. But you'll find as you level up that sometimes there'll be nodes that have like a bonus, and you may want to coordinate your buffs with those nodes. So if you just come across a normal node, um, you might consider saving your GP for a better node. But all that's later on. Again, right now your primary focus is just getting those levels as fast as possible. And to that end, it takes a little bit of prep work to unlock these quests and so forth. And, you guys are getting the real experience here because I'm really starting from nothing. I have hardly any shards even. So, alright, so we're gonna, now that we got those shards, we're gonna switch back. And this is still red because I still haven't made this item yet. As soon as I make that, then he'll let me turn that quest in. And so now I have the shards, I have the material, and all these Ixal quests, they're going to give you this material, but as you can see from what we just found out, they don't give you the shards, so you do need to go get those yourself. But typically they're pretty easy. Oh, I forgot to equip my gloves again. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, if you're ever confused why your Ixal quests aren't working, I would definitely check and make sure you got these gloves equipped. And if you ever lose them for some reason, you can just go buy them from the Ixal vendor up here. And, they're only a couple gil. So, alright. Yeah, and you'll have to excuse my glamour too. I don't even know what gear I have equipped. This is all like level 1 starting gear with like no stats at all. So alright, so we just need to make this item. It doesn't have to be high quality. So what is it? Oh, I have to talk to this person also. Okay, yeah. They have to give you this buff to be able to craft as well. Yeah, these Ixal quests are kind of a pain to start out, but they do give you a lot of experience, so these extra hassles are kind of worth it. So again, let's see if it'll finally let me make it this time. Okay, here we go. And I don't have a lot of actions on my bar here set up. Again, I copied my UI from my other character. So let's see what skills I can actually use here. So the main ones you're going to have when you start out is basic synthesis and basic touch. And this one's going to raise your progress, which is this bar right here. And that bar determines just whether or not you're going to finish crafting the item. And then you're going to have basic touch, which is going to raise your quality bar right here. And what this is it just increases your chances of getting a high quality item. And for this quest, I don't need a high quality item. You'd see if it wanted a high quality, there would be a special icon right here to indicate that it wants a high quality. But it doesn't, so all I got to do is just hit this basic synthesis a couple times, and that should finish this item off. Yep. So there we go. So I'm just going to turn that in. All I had to do is hit one button, guys. And it's not, we're not doing crazy rotations here. I know a lot of people when they hear about crafting, people they'll link really long like Google Docs, and there's a lot of information there, but if you just go out and do it, it's usually a lot simpler than you think. I mean, like I just did, I only pressed one button to make that item. Again, this is just a quest, but you know, an unlock quest, so it's not supposed to be very hard. But you'll find that doing these Ixal quests is not very hard either. So, and they, once you actually gain access to those quests, you'll see they give you a lot of experience for not very much work. Um, so it's definitely worth your time to unlock these quests. So once I turn this one in, I think we'll finally get access to the Ixal daily quests. I need to remember to change to my level 50 job when I go here so I don't get aggro. But whatever. I'm on my mount, it's all good. Alright, so we're gonna give him this item. Skip cutscene. And there we go. So I now have access to the Ixals. If he'll stop talking. Alright. So there we go. That just, you know, leveled me up just from doing that unlock quest. I got 10,500 experience. You know, that's, you can see that's like a quarter of my bar at level 17. So and that wasn't even the actual quest. So let's go ahead and do some of these. You'll see you get 2 to start out. 2 NPCs that you can talk to, and you always want to make sure you're talking to the one that gives you the highest level quest when you're going up. So these ones are level 1, and actually I think, if I recall, yeah. Ah, yes, this quest. Okay. This quest here is a special one. Okay, so if you go to your timers, I should see the Pt.1 delivery quest should now be in your timers tab, and then it's going to give you a list of items here, and if you make it, it'll give you an amount of experience here per each turn in, plus it'll give you the bonus for completing the quest as well. And then you'll just have to judge, you'll have to calculate based on what rewards are offered here, whether or not it's worth it to use your leave allowance or your Beast Tribe daily allowance on this quest or one of the other ones. But just starting out, if all you're doing, if this is the only Beast Tribe you're working on, you get 12 allowances per day, and I can only accept 4 quests right now anyway, so I might as well just do all of them. So I'm just going to accept all of these. Okay. And there we go. So I now have all my dailies from the Ixal. So I'm going to go through and do all of these. And we'll see how much experience we get. And I'm going to do them on the lowest level crafter I have, so you can see that it doesn't really matter. My lowest one is an armor, and I don't think I have an armorer tool, so I'd have to go get one real quick. Let me just check my armory chest first. Yeah, I don't have anything. So if you don't have a tool for some reason, like like I said, you can get them from the guild when you first pick up that quest. But for some reason you did that already and you threw away the tool or whatever, the easiest way to get another one is just go back to the same city that that guild is in. So, for example, I need an armorer tool, and the armor guild is in Limsa. I can go to Limsa, and there will be a vendor there that sells all the level 1 tools for all the classes that have guilds in that city. So I'm gonna go over here to the market area. Not going to the market board, mind you. I'm going to an NPC, and they should be tradecraft supplier, I think. Nope, it's not him. There's a guy here. Might be in the further down area. I think it's this guy. Fieldcraft supplier. Here we go. Yeah. Purchase Disciple of the Hand tools. Purchase tools level 1. And I want the armor tool. And it's going to be this doming hammer. And he's got a level 8 one as well. And the offhand tool is level 5, which I should also be able to equip. So I'm going to buy that, and I'm going to buy these pliers as well. Okay. And so that should be here. Let's go ahead and equip that. That's going to change my job. And then equip... I already had these pliers. And now I've got 2 of them. Whatever. So I'll equip that. And I'll just throw this one away because I don't need it. It's probably only worth like 1 gil. Alright. And then, so let me make a gear set so I can change to this easy. It's been so long I forgot how to make one. Here we go. Just hit this plus sign right here. And then I'm just gonna drag that up to my hotbar. And I'm gonna reorder this because my freaking... Here we go, I can assign set number. That'll be the easiest way. I'm gonna make it number 18. There we go, now it's in order. Sorry guys, I'm OCD. Alright, so there we go, we got my armor gear set on. And actually, real quick, I'm gonna equip those gloves on all my crafters, seeing as how that's probably the best gear I have anyway, sadly. And that way I don't forget to equip those anymore. Alright, so I got my tool. So let's go back. Well, hold on. First of all, let's look at this quest right here. This is the one, you have to earn a quota of 30 points, right? So that's going to be this window right here. And you can see each one of these items gives me 10. So I have to do 3 turn-ins, right? And each turn-in I do is going to give me experience points for the job that makes that item. So, for example, this Hempen Dalmatica is made by a weaver, so if I make that and turn it in, it's going to give me experience points for a weaver. And while I'm talking about this, and I'm in Limsa, I'll also show you guys there's another daily turn-in. It's very similar to the way this works, and that's going to be your Grand Company mission allowance. Is these turn-ins right here? So each one of these items is going to show up for you once a day, and it's a random item that you have to make. And if you turn it into the Grand Company, they'll give you a bunch of experience points for turning in that item. So, and if you turn in a high quality item, it'll give you double the experience. And if it happens to be on bonus, it's doubled from that. So it's actually quadruple the normal experience. So you definitely want to make sure you turn in these starred items every day. If you can help it, and then if you can get it high quality, that's even better. You're gonna get even more experience from that. And then when you're just starting out, too, you'll find that these items are either purchasable from an NPC if you want a normal quality one to just turn it in, or you can probably find them high quality on the market for probably not that much money. So let's, for an example, let's look for this square ash shield on the market and see how much it is. Let's see, here it is. So normal one's 5 gil, or I could get this high quality one for 2.5. So I'm just gonna get that. I mean, that's really not that much gil, guys. I only have 30k, and I can even afford it. So, and ideally you'd want to get all of these items, right? So, you would just go down this list and, just either buy them all off the market board, buy them from an NPC, or, ideally you'd want to craft all these yourself, because you'll get experience from making those as well. But that's obviously going to take you more time, because you're going to have to gather all the materials, and then you're going to have to sit there and figure out a rotation that'll allow you to high quality it. And just starting out, you're probably going to save yourself time just buying it from an NPC, or just to get that turn in, or just buying it off the market for cheap, because like as you can see, it only cost me like 2k to get this item. So but if I did want to craft all these things, what I would do is just input all of these items into a crafting list. It's going to give me, like on Teamcraft or whatever, it's going to give me everything I need to make these. So I would just go out and gather those, and then sit down and try to figure out how to make these high quality with the rotation that I have available to me. So, and chances are it's probably not that difficult. You can probably get away with just doing, like steady hand, inner quiet, and then just hitting basic touch a couple times, and then finishing it off with basic synthesis, and then master's mend if your durability gets too low. It's really not too complicated to start out. So let's see here. Yep, so let's just go turn in that item so you guys can see how much experience I'm going to actually get. Take this Ethernet here, go up to the F castle. And you're going to be turning them into your own Grand Company. So I think this character's Maelstrom. Let me see. Yep, Maelstrom. So we can, oh wait a minute. Yes, yes. I started in Limsa, but my grand company's actually Immortal Flames. So I do actually have to go to Old to turn this in. Who chooses Old man? What kind of mistake that was. They do have some nice glamours, though. I'll give them that. Not as nice as Maelstrom, though. And, you know, Maelstrom wins in PvP all the time, but, you know, let's, who's keeping track, really? Alright, so we're going to go to this option here that says Undertake Supply and Provisioning Mission. And here's that item that I purchased off the market board. And it shows I'm going to get 17,616 experience. But you'll see the value is actually, it's actually double that because it's high quality. So I'm going to turn this in. And hold on. Before I do this, let me just show you my experience level here. Okay, so yep. So I'm about halfway, a little bit more than halfway to my level for level 25 on, oh, actually, let me show you. Okay, so whichever item you turn in, it's got the job symbol next to it, so it's going to give you experience for that job. It doesn't matter what job you're actually on at the time. It's going to give you whatever item you turn in. That's whatever job makes that item is the one that's going to get the experience. So, so even if I turn it in on Culinarian, it's going to go to my Carpenter. So let me just switch to Carpenter so you can see how much experience I'm going to get. So we're just into 17. I'm going to hand in this item. And it's going to ask if I really want to do high quality. And then you'll see here, it gives me that 17,616. But then you'll see over here, I get it again because it's high quality. So it's double. Alright, so we're going to deliver that. And there we go. That just turning in that one item was enough to get me a level. And I can do that. I can do that every day. So you want to make this part of your routine. You know, log in, check your supply missions, and just turn in all of these items, and you'll probably get at least a level for every single one of these jobs that you turn it in. Especially if it's starred, because that's going to be extra, and then if it's high quality, it's going to be even more on top of that. So definitely don't ignore this. Make sure that you do it, whether you buy it from an NPC or whatever. You know, even if it's normal quality, you know, it's a significant amount of experience. You definitely don't want to ignore this. So make that part of your routine as well, in addition to the Ixal quests. So, and then again, for the Ixal, you're going to be doing basically the same thing, right? You got a list. Some of them are going to be on bonus, and for these, you can't actually do all of them because they only want this quota of 30, right? So once you've made 3 things, you're done. So you wanna try to use this to your advantage. Like, say for example, you know, one of your jobs is lagging behind, right? Like my armor is level 6, so I probably want to use that experience on my armor, right? And I do recommend trying to level up all the crafters, because for endgame, you definitely need to have all of them at max level. Like, there's no getting around it. If you want to use crafting, you need the skills, and you need the cross class skills, and you also it's very good to be able to have all the crafters available to you so you can make your own materials, because all of the crafters kind of rely on each other to make materials for each other. So like, say for example, I may be a goldsmith and I may be able to get like, some of the materials from my miner to make stuff, but then it may need like, say I want to make a necklace. It might use like a thread from Weaver to make that necklace. And if I don't have Weaver leveled up, I'm going to have to buy that thread off the market board, and that's gonna hurt my bottom line as far as trying to make a profit. So you definitely you definitely don't want to have to do that. You want to just be able to make everything yourself, and then that'll allow you to make the most money. So I do, when you're looking at this, try to just think of it as just leveling one job. Like, just think of this as all one thing, right? And then, if one starts to lag behind, start to focus on that one more, and then just try to keep them all even. All right. So, you can see mine are kind of screwed up because I didn't really do that. Like, this was like probably my levels I got in 1.0. Like, that's how old this is. This is actually my legacy character from 1.0. So anyways, knowing what I know now, I would definitely go through and even all these out. So I'm gonna focus on this armor first to try to get it up, and to do that, I'm gonna show you another trick that I would do when you're first starting out, like as a level 1 crafter. So, because the first thing you should want to do is get every single job to level 15. So like I said, the first priority, unlock these Ixals, get those dailies started. You can do that at level 1 as long as you've finished the Realm Reborn main story. That quest should be available to you. And then once you get these dailies unlocked, look at buying some of this stuff off the market board, or getting it from an NPC. You can use, resources like Garland tools to figure out where all this stuff is if you don't know. And it's usually pretty cheap, a few 100 gil, whatever. Not very expensive stuff. And then, so once you do all that, and you're still going to have some jobs that are level 1. Obviously, like I said, make sure they're all leveled up evenly. So I would go through and just unlock every single one of them. Go to every single guild, get the quest, get the tool, make yourself a gear set for each one so you can switch to them easily. And then try to keep them all the same level, because again, they all kind of rely on each other for materials, so having them all equal is going to make leveling up a lot easier, because you'll be able to make things yourself as you level up. And also because that way you'll be able to use the same gear as you're leveling up as well on all your jobs, and you won't have to have like 8 different sets of gear for different levels. That's going to be a pain in the ass. So just level them up all together. Make sure they all stay the same level. And once you get in a routine, you'll find that it's actually not that difficult to do that. So anyways, as I was saying, my armor is pretty low. It's only level 6. So I'm going to go fix that problem real quick. So I'm going to go to the guild in Limsa. That's where the Armorer's Guild is at. I'm going to show you guys a little trick here to get some quick levels. And actually, I mentioned this in one of my other videos. Um, but I'll just show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. I believe I need to go... I'll just take the aft castle. Couldn't remember if there's an aetheryte down there or not. Nope, there's not. So yeah, just take the aft castle. So we're gonna go down here. Oh, there's my guildmate here. What's up? What's up, Len? Oh, Cersei's here too. Hey, how are you? Shout out to both of you guys. I'm doing a stream video right now, so gotta go. Going over to the Armorers Guild, guys. Armorers Guild. Alright, I have a couple quests here, but I guess I'm probably not high enough level to do them. These are just the guild story quests for the different crafters. So yeah, this one wants me to be level 10. I'm only level 6. So what we're going to do here is there's these guild suppliers here, right? And they all have materials, real cheap, you know, nothing's even 100 gil, right? They're all really cheap. And I think they both, no, this one's got different stuff. So one's gonna have everything you need for the blacksmith, and one's gonna have everything you need for the armor. And basically what these supplies are is, if I open up my crafting log, okay, as an armor, I think I'm on armor. Nope, I'm on armor now. So here's all my recipes I can do right now, right? So those materials is everything I need, every single item I need to be able to make everything in my crafting log up until I get to about level 15. So this is to get, you know, like I said, you want to start out getting every single job to level 15 so you can start to get some of those cross-class abilities. And this is the easy way to do that. All you do is you come over here to the guild, purchase the items you need, and you can see I already made some of these. That's probably how I got to level 6. You know, and every time you make something for the first time, it's going to give you bonus experience, even if it's not high quality. Just making it will give you bonus experience, and that should be enough experience to get you up to level 15, as I was saying. So we're going to go ahead and make the next tier in my crafting list here, and we should be able to level up fairly quickly here. So I'm just going to get everything I need from what it says right here. So let me just make sure I keep this crafting log visible so I can see what I need here. And we need 3 bronze rings. Get this over here. 3 bronze rings. Where are they? Oh, and you may have to like pre-craft some things, like maybe these bronze rings I think are craftable. Yep. So I need 3 of those. It makes 1. So I need a bronze ingot, which means I need copper ore. So actually what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to take out that handy dandy crafting list again. Bear with me here while I bring up Team Craft. And I do have a video on how to do this, so you guys, if you're interested in how to do Team crafting list, just check out my YouTube channel. There's a video there that explains everything you need to know there. So I'm just making myself a list here. So stand by. Let me bring this up so you can just see what I'm doing here. I got my team craft up here, and I'm just going to make a crafting list real quick with all this stuff. So I want to make a bronze habergeon. Alright. And I'm just making, one of these. Making bronze solarettes. If I know how to say any of this stuff, probably don't. And I need bronze chain coaf. Again, guys, crafting is not a, shall I say, a competitive sport, really, or it's not quick. It's take your time. It's I find it to be a relaxing, thing to do. If you're somebody that raids a lot and does extreme primals, and that's all like your stressful, like high, um, you know, like mentally straining activity. And then crafting can be the thing you do to kind of chill and relax. Maybe you just had a hard raid or whatever, and you wanna come down off of that and do some crafting. So I need an amateur's alembic. And this is all this is doing is it's going to make it easier for me to know what I need to buy from that NPC, so I don't have to sit here doing math in my head, because who wants to do that, right? Bronze mitts gauntlets. Right, like, this is why we need Teamcraft, because we can't do math, guys. And, like 24 man, can't do math. Teamcraft is made for us dumb people. Okay, bronze scutum. And bronze barbet. You might as well learn how to make these crafting lists early, guys, because it really does make everything a lot easier. Unfortunately, it doesn't make typing easier. Bronze barbet. Yep, that's what I was looking at. Alright, so I got all those things added. Yep, what is it, 7 items? Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I missed something. What did I miss? I think I missed this bronze Solette, whatever the hell you say that. There we go. Now we got it. Alright, so what do we need here? Alright, here's everything. I'm going to start from the bottom of the list, just to see if there's main ingredients I can buy from this NPC. Some of it might be on this one, and some of it might be on this one. Not really sure. But anyways, I need some leather. Get 3 of those. Need 29 bronze ingots, which I need to craft. So that's going to take 10 ore, 29. 29, 10 ores. And I need some moko grass. That's going to be something I have to craft on another job, probably. I need 64 copper ores. Now, if you really wanted to, you could go out and gather this stuff with your miner, and then you wouldn't have to spend any gil, but, you know, it's super cheap, so honestly, why waste the time? Probably cost you more money to teleport to all the places than it would to just buy all the shit off the NPC. And then stuff like this, the animal skin, that's definitely going to be quicker, because that's like an RNG loot from an enemy normally. Or you can send your retainer for it. You could probably get that with like a level 1 retainer. I definitely do recommend doing that as well. Make sure you're sending your battle retainers out to get the stuff you're going to need to level up. If you don't have a battle retainer leveled, I would definitely recommend starting to do that as you're leveling up your gathering and crafting, because you will need this kind of stuff, and your retainer can just get it for you, and that'll make leveling up a lot easier. Alright, so let me get this leather. That should cross off. Oh, I already got it. Okay. Yep, so that takes care of that. And then hempen yarn. There's got to be some hempen yarn here. Not seeing it though. There's an undyed hempen cloth. Ah, yes. Okay, I can just buy that, and that'll get rid of that for me. So I just need one of those. Yep, and then, so I have to craft this stuff. Copper ingot. Yep, this stuff I should be able to craft. So let's go ahead and do that. Switch back over to the game. And we need to craft 7 bronze rivets. But I need to make the bronze ingots first. Okay. I need 29 bronze ingots, that's right. So we'll go ahead. Once you craft something for the first time, it'll let you do quick synthesis. And anytime you're just going to make like a bulk amount of something, I would definitely just quick synth it. And that should... oh shit, I'm out of shards again. So let's remedy that problem again. I'm just going to buy these off the market too if I can afford it. I may not be able to. May have to actually go gather something. we needed ice shards. Oh. Not sure why that didn't pop up, but no, because it's only one. Alright, so I'm going to get 100 of these for 10k. Here we go. I'm down to 18k, guys. 18k. Now again, the amount of money it costs you to level up crafting is going to depend almost entirely on your own willingness to go gather stuff yourself. You know, I could have just gathered those 100 ice shards. It probably would have taken me like 10 minutes or so. You know, but I rather just save those 10 minutes for the sake of your guys' sanity. Yep, I need to head back to the Armor Guild. That's my main problem, is spacing out when I'm trying to do something. I wish I could count how many hours I've lost to those moments. Alright, here we go. We're just gonna quick scent these, and you know, you see I'm gonna get a little bit of experience too, just from sitting here. You know, it's filling up my bar rather quickly, just to sit here and quick scent these bronze ingots. I'll probably actually get a level or so from just quick scenting. Don't you love that, guys? When you can just sit there and do nothing and get levels? It's pretty nice. I actually know people that do that even to get levels towards the end game. You know, people just go and gather, you know, like 1,000, you know, whatever material to craft whatever generic item, and they'll just go, you know, AFK and watch Netflix or something, and then when they come back, they've gained a level or two. You know, that's a completely legitimate way to level up, even at the highest levels. There we go, level 7. I'm only even halfway done with quick scenting these. You know, none of these are high quality. They're just, you know, quick scenting. I don't even have my hands on the keyboard right now, guys. So, just gained a level. So, let's see here. While I'm waiting for these to craft up, let me just check. Yep, I'll probably try to get my armor to about level 10. And then I should be relatively even with the rest of these here. So I'm kind of using a guide that was posted on Reddit to just kind of jog my memory of what you guys need to be doing here. And they recommend getting everything to level 15, as I mentioned earlier, and then you want to start working on your cross-class skills from there. So if I recall, I'll try to get to the part where they tell you what levels you need to get. Yep, so they say, let me bring this up so you guys can see it. and I will put a link to this in the description of the YouTube video so everybody can look this up if they want to. So they say you want to get everything to level 15, then you want to get your culinary into 37 for steady hand 2. From there you got to get a few jobs to level 50. You definitely want Bayergot's Blessing, Careful Synthesis 2, Comfort Zone, and those are really like your bread and butter skills that you want to be able to high quality stuff as you're leveling. And then these two here, they're used in some rotations. They definitely make things easier. Muscle memory. These are both skills that you can only use on the first hit of your rotation, and they just give you a little bit of boost to your progress. This one just gives you like an extra hit. It'll give you like a third of your bar to your level, so it just gives you like a little head start on your progress. And then Maker's Mark, it kind of does the same thing, but it has like a little gimmick to it where you have to use another skill repeatedly. So this one is kind of like the not so good one. If you wanted to skip this one, or maybe put it on the back burner, whatever, I would actually recommend getting another skill that's not even on here called Piece by Piece, which is I believe it's an armorer skill, but that one is level 50 as well. So just follow this, what they say here. You just get everything to level 50, and you'll have that skill anyway. So, and yeah, they do also recommend what I was saying earlier. Make sure you level everything together. So it just makes leveling up a lot easier because you only need one gear set, and you'll be able to share materials with your crafters, so you won't have to waste money buying stuff off the market. So anyway, I believe I finished making those ingots. So let's pop back over here. Yep. And then the next thing I had to make on my crafting list was a copper ingot. And that's on Goldsmith, so actually I should be able to buy those from these. Yep, here we go. Yeah, anything that when you go to these guilds, anything that you're not able to make yourself should be available from these NPCs, at least until you get up to level 15, as I was saying. So if you ever can't make something before level 15 on a specific job, just go to that job's guild, and they should have the ingredients you need at the guild supplier. So I should have everything at this point. So now I just have to make these pre-crafts. I need to make bronze rivets and bronze plate, which I can make myself. That'll give me some more experience. What bronze rivets do I need? I need 7. And when you're doing your quick synth too, make sure you're making the right quantity, because a lot of times you make these crafting lists and they have like a specific quantity, so you want to make sure you're inputting that correct quantity so you don't make too many of the wrong thing, and then you'll get down to the bottom of the list and you won't have the materials anymore because you made too many of some pre-craft ingredient, and you don't want to do that. So just make sure you pay attention to those quantities. So again, probably by the time I make all these pre-crafts, I'll have gained another level here. And that's just, from quick synthing. And if you do find that you're leveling up pretty quick, and you do get to level 15 just from doing your crafting log, you know, if you don't make all the items in your crafting log up to level 15 and you finish early, you know, that's fine. You can just stop there, and start doing like leave quests, or just if you just want to do your dailies, your Ixal dailies, and your Grand Company turn-ins, and stop there for the day, that's completely fine too. You'll still get to max level eventually, and it doesn't even really take that long. I'd say if you did your dailies every day, you get probably a level, or maybe half a level every day. So it's, if you wanted to go to level 50, it would take you about a month of just doing dailies. And then, from there, probably another month for like 70 or so. So, you can get to max level just doing daily turn-ins if you don't really want to bother too much with crafting. I lost my train of thought again. Alright, so I need bronze plates now. They're right there. I need 8 of those. And yep, we're coming up on another level here. I'll move this down here. I don't know why it's up there. Yep, now we're level 8, just from quick something. I haven't even started to make the stuff in the crafting log yet. I already gained 2 levels. And one more. Okay. And, so just from that, I was able to level up enough to open up this next tier. And you'll see that some of the items are grayed out, and that just means that I'm not high enough level to actually make these yet. And everything that's not grayed out, I can actually make it. And you'll see there's a recommended craftsmanship level here to be able to make that. So you want to try to be close to this with your gear. So let's see where I'm at right now. I'm at 47, and that's just, from using a level 1 tool and offhand, and I have these gloves from the Beast Tribe, which actually don't even give me craftsmanship, they give me control. So those aren't even helping me towards that requirement. And then I don't even have any jewelry or anything. But, you can see just from that, I'm already pretty close to that requirement, and that's for the highest level item I'm able to make. So, so your stats are important later on, but starting out, like, it's not too critical. Like I could probably get to level 15 just wearing like starting gear, without even buying anything with stats on it. So anyways, I do have all the materials for this stuff, I believe. I do need to make some bronze rings, though. Yep, I need to make 5 of those. Fortunately, I don't think I'm going to get another level. Maybe close, but maybe about halfway. I'm pretty sure that those initial 6 levels I got there were just from making those first couple of items in my crafting log. So again, I just used this method here and got those early levels done fairly easily. So this is done now, and now I can make all of these items. So here we go. We're gonna make them. So I can't use the quick synthesis option because you do have to make each thing at least one time to be able to open that. And honestly, when you're going through the crafting log like this, making things for the first time and getting that bonus experience, the best thing you want to do is try to raise your quality as much as you can, because the more quality you get, the more experience points you're actually going to get as well. So, just to give you an example here, I'll make this level 10 item first, as compared to this level 6 item. Okay, we're going to try to get quality as high as I can. So I'm going to use, let me get my basic synthesis on my bar here. I'm going to take these macros off because none of them are going to actually work at this low level anyway. So yeah, these are the two basic things you're going to need. Basic synthesis is just going to raise your progress bar. Let me get a couple other things on here if I can. What do I have for cross roll? Steady hand 2, I have to be... can I get that at level... Hold on, let me cancel this real quick. If you cancel a synthesis without doing anything, it won't use any materials. So as long as you don't use any actions, you can back out of a craft and you won't lose anything. But as soon as you press one button, if you cancel, you'll lose everything. So don't make sure you don't press anything if you're not entirely sure you're ready to craft. Yeah, I wanted to get that. See if I can get steady hand 2. Nah, it doesn't even let me take it unless I'm level 37. So let's see, what else can I get here? I guess I'll take... What does this do? Yeah, I guess I'll take manipulation. It's probably the best thing I can take. Hasty touch is okay at low level, but you really don't want to start using that until you have steady hand 2, because it only has a 50% success chance, which is pretty low. But once you have steady hand 2, you can get an additional 30%, which will raise it up to 80%, which still isn't great because it can still fail, but it definitely makes it a lot more viable to have to use hasty touch, and you will probably end up using that often to try to high quality things at low level. It does get kind of obsolete towards like the Stormblood levels, but prior to that, this is actually a pretty useful ability. But anyways, I'm not going to use it right now, so I probably don't need to. I got just these basic ones here. You do get the regular steady hand at level 9, but I'm not quite there yet, so I can't use that, nor can I use Inner Quiet, which this one is really critical here. Because what'll happen with this is it's a buff, and every time I use basic touch or any other skill that'll raise quality, it gives me a stack that's going to improve my control, and that your control stat basically determines how much quality you get after using basic touch. or like a hasty touch or whatever. Um, so your control stat basically decides um, how easy it's going to be for you to high quality an item. So this buff here that actually raises your quality up to 11 times, depending on how many stacks you can get from using basic touch. Um, this is what's going to decide whether or not you're going to high quality an item. This buff right here, and figuring out how many times you can use basic touch and getting as close to 11 stacks as you can without running out of progress or excuse me, durability, um, and breaking that item. And that's basically um, what all of crafting revolves around, even at the highest level. It's how do you get as many inner quiet stacks as you can without breaking the item, basically, and that's what all of your rotations essentially boil down to. Um, but anyway, so we just have the basic skills here. So I'm going to go ahead and make this level 10 item, and I just want to show you guys the difference in experience. So remember, the higher level items are going to give you more just because they're more difficult to make. But I want to show you the difference between making this and making this no quality, and then making this high quality. So the low level item, I'm going to make high quality, and this high level item I'm going to make no quality. We'll see the difference. So I'm just going to quickly basic synthesis my way through this, and you'll see in general every time you use an action, your durability will go down by 10. So you just got to keep an eye on your durability number, because if it hits 0, you'll break the item and it'll fail and you'll lose all the materials. You don't want that to happen. So I can just basic synth my way there, and I still had one hit left over, and that gave me 1,147 experience for making that, and then I got 2,233 because I made it for the first time. So just making that one item, not even getting any high quality at all, I almost filled up this whole bar right here, just making that one item. So that's pretty handy right there. And then now let me show you what happens when I try to high quality this. So this low level item, it's going to give me less base experience, but you'll see what will happen. So I want to get quality, so I'm going to start by using basic touch, and we'll see how high I can get this quality. You're not going to be able to get it very high because you don't have access to all those skills like Inner Quiet and Steady Hand 2 that I was talking about earlier. So you're definitely not going to fill this bar up. You just want to get it as high as you can. So, what I want to remember, the goal is I need to get my my progress bar filled to be able to actually create this item. If I don't fill this progress bar, the item's going to break and I'm going to lose everything. So that's the main thing. I want to make sure I can fill this progress bar. So what I want to do is I want to hit basic synthesis and just see how much progress I get from hitting that. So I was able to get 13, okay? So it's going to take me 2 more hits to fill this up. And I know I only have 3 right here, okay? So I can finish it now, or I can go ahead and hit basic touch another time, and then I'm still going to have 2 more hits, right? But then I also have this skill right here, Mastersman, right? It costs me 82 CP, and I have 126 left. So I can actually use that and get some more hits. Okay, so that brought me back up to 50. And then I just have to watch my CP, I can blow the rest of my CP on this because my basic synthesis doesn't cost anything. So I'm just going to keep hitting this. Remember, I only need 2 more hits of basic synth, so I can go all the way down. And that, so I'm out of CP now, so that's going to be as far as I can take that. And I got to 10%. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off. Alright. Okay. And so that, it gave me, obviously you can see I got a level from that as well. And I got 274% bonus experience from raising that high quality to 10%. And then if you recall, the last one, it was only an 80%. And that's just from, my rested bonus. And I also have this, the Alamegan earrings equipped for an extra 30%. So, so these do work on crafting and gathering as well. So even though it doesn't give you the stats for crafting and gathering, it may be worth it to have these equipped if you do have them. Or any other items that give you bonus experience for that matter. But do bear in mind that that bonus is only going to apply to things that you actually craft or gather yourself. So it's not going to apply to like your daily turn-ins or your Ixal dailies or things like that. It's not going to apply to your leave quests. It's only things that you actually craft. So like that quick something I did, it would apply to that, and it would apply to those items I just made. So you gotta just judge for yourself whether or not it's worth it to equip this. And probably, the higher level you get, it's probably going to be more valuable to just use some gear with some actual stats to make sure you can high quality things. So yeah, so I'm just going to go through and make the rest of this stuff just about the same way. I'm going to hit, basic synth once just to make sure, like I said, it's going to take about 3 hits to do all of these, so just make sure you can do 3 hits, get as much quality as you can. Make sure you don't go to 0 because it'll break the item, and this isn't 100% chance either, by the way, so it can fail. You can see what happens if you hit 0. Fortunately, I didn't lose the materials. There is a chance if you fail the item that you still won't lose the materials, but it's not 100%. So I just got lucky there. So yeah, do make sure you pay attention to what you're doing, unlike me. And yeah, so I do have this steady hand now, and that's going to improve my success chance with actions by 20%. And this is 70%, so if I use this first, that's going to bring it up to 90%, so it should be a pretty low chance to actually fail using this. And you'll see I just had a good condition here, and if you get that and you use a quality action, it'll actually get like a bonus to your quality. So using actions that raise your quality by a lot, if you see that good condition, or even there's a better one called excellent condition. If you use a quality improving skill on that, it'll increase it fairly significantly. Like sometimes I've seen it even fill up the whole bar with just one hit, depending on what skill you're using. So so pay attention to this condition as well, and to try to plan out when you want to use your skills. So I have 3 hits left. I can still use my Master's Mend Or no, it's 92 now because I leveled. Yeah, and these costs do go up, I believe, as you level, if I remember. Or maybe I was just reading it wrong before. I don't remember. Okay, so I do need some more progress here. I actually ran out of hits here, so I may fail this one again. Let's see what happens. Yeah, but it gave me the stuff back again, so I wonder if, like, you can't lose the materials if you're below a certain level. That would be a nice thing to have. Just for new people starting out. I'm actually going to test that. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I just fail it again. Yeah, gave me the stuff back again. The odds of that happening 3 times in a row are pretty slim, so I'm going to guess that if you're below a certain level, you'll just never lose the materials no matter what. So that's nice. But anyways, I need to actually make this item now. So a good thing to do is just get like within 1 hit of completing the item. Oh, and then you can see I got that excellent proc there too. So I'll show you what happens there. But yeah, if you get just within 1 hit of completing your synth and then go to your quality, a lot of times that's a good thing to do, because then if you get in a spot where you're not sure if you can finish the item or not, all you got to do is just hit that basic synth for your last durability, and you'll complete the item, regardless of where you're at in the synth. So yeah, let's hit this basic touch to get that excellent proc. We'll see how much we get. See, look, I got 10% just from that 1 hit on the excellent. And that's without any buffs or anything. So those excellent procs are definitely really good. And then you'll see every time you get excellent, the next condition that's going to show up is going to be a poor condition, which that actually lowers the amount of quality you get. So you want to try to avoid hitting your quality ability when that poor comes up. So you want to try to hit it when the excellent comes up, and then when the poor comes up, either do something to raise your progress instead, because the poor condition only affects quality. It doesn't affect progress. Or do like a buff or something, because the buff isn't affected by it either, and it'll make that poor condition go away. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to hit steady hand, and then you'll see that poor condition goes away. Now I got a buff, and I can go continue to use my skills here. And remember, I only need 1 hit, so I just got to make sure I don't lose durability to get that 1 hit. I'm going to hit this one more time. And I have an excellent proc again. However, I only have 10 durability, so if I actually hit that right now, it's going to break this item. So as much as I'd like to hit that again and get another 10%, it's going to break the item. So I'm unfortunately going to have to skip that excellent. And I'm going to go for this Master's Min to get my durability back. So, and then we have the poor condition again. But I'm actually out of CP, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off with basic synthesis. And there we go. So from getting, that 12 or 15%, I got 324% bonus that time. So just keep that in mind. However high your quality is, the more experience you're going to get. So you do want to try to get high quality if you can help it. 1 second. There, guys. Okay, so, yep, just going to continue down the list here. Make this bronze chain culf. And, you know, same idea. I'm going to go ahead and hit steady hand to get that. Make sure this has a 90% chance to succeed on it. I did get a good proc there, so that helped, but unfortunately that 10% screwed me, and I missed. Gotta love the RNG in this game. 10% chance to fail, and it fails. If it was a 10% chance to get loot, though, I definitely wouldn't be getting that loot that often. Alright. And I frickin' did it again, didn't I? Excuse me. Yeah. That's okay, though. Because I get all my materials back still. If only that was a thing at level 70. Alright, so I gotta make sure I don't run out of CP this time. You know, that's kind of funny, because if I get the materials back every time, I could just fish for an excellent proc at the beginning every time if I really wanted to. And get that 10% right off the bat every time. So, you know, if that's something you guys want to try, it may be worth it for you, but, you know, it's RNG, so you may sit there for a while trying to get that excellent proc. I'll go ahead and use Master's Mend. And I'm out of CP, so... See, this is where that hasty touch would come in handy, because I could get a couple more hits in equality with this extra durability. Because the hasty touch doesn't cost any CP. So even though I'm out of CP, I could still squeeze out a little bit more quality from that. But I'm just going to go ahead and finish these off. Not spend too much more time on this. There we go, I'm level 10 now. So that, you know, catching back up with my other classes here. You know, and I'm, you know, really not spend a whole lot of time here. You know, this probably would have taken me less time if I was just sitting here, but you know, I'm talking to you guys, so it's a little bit slower trying to explain things. But you know, that's why I'm here. Doesn't do me any good to level these up. You know, I already got another job that's already max level, so it's all for you guys right now. So let's see how many hits of this I can get. So I can hit 3 times before I run out of CP to be able to use Master's Mend. So 3 basic touches and a Master's Mend is going to be my rotation for right now. And then just finish it off. And it's actually taking me 4 hits now because this one's a little bit higher level. So you got to keep an eye on this progress number and hit my basic synthesis just to see where I'm at. So yeah, it's going to take me 4 hits now. So I got to take that into consideration to decide how many basic touches I can do. Just failed that one. I fucked up again. Let's see if I still get my materials back at level 10. That might be the break point. Nope, I still got them back. I wonder what level it stops doing that. Alright. So basically the break point is I need to be able to use 92 CP. So as soon as I get to a point where I won't be able to do that anymore, that's where I have to stop using basic touch. So I'm at that point right now, so I'm going to hit Master's Mend again. Because remember, I need 4 hits now, so that 30 wouldn't have been good enough for me. I'll take 7%. It's all good. Still gets me 235% bonus just on that 7%. Then, you know, you're going to find that you'll get to a point where you're just using the same abilities over and over again, because the difficulty and the durability on these items is basically going to be the same within any given tier. So you'll get to the point where you just want to start making macros to do your skills, because then you don't even have to think about it, and the game will just do the same thing for you every time, and you don't risk accidentally pressing the wrong button like I've been doing this whole time. So get spoiled on macros at level 70, I guess. Oh, that actually failed. I didn't think that could fail. Oh, that's a 90% chance. So I definitely want my steady hand up for that as well, if I can help it. Didn't realize that was 90%. Hopefully this one doesn't fail. There we go. So there we go. I just made all those. And I was able to get 5 levels from that. Just making this short list of items here. So, so that's basically the idea, guys. You're going to use this method right here to get all your crafters up to level 15. And then from there, you're going to, just do your Ixal dailies. And when you do your Ixal dailies, the job that you're on when you turn them in is going to be the one that gets the experience. So, just remember what I was saying earlier. Try to keep them all relatively the same. So, you just want to look at your list, and whichever one is kind of behind, that's the one that you want to turn in your Ixal dailies on. And then to make sure everything stays kind of even. And then you're going to do your Grand Company turn-ins every day, and some of those are going to get bonus and some of them aren't. So you're going to naturally have jobs that end up being ahead, and then that's where your leave quests are going to come in, because you're going to take your leave quests and you're going to turn them on the jobs that are still lagging behind. um, and you're going to use them to make sure that everything stays kind of even. All right, and then because you only get a certain amount of leaves per day, right? So you do kind of want to use them wisely. If you really want to, you can blow all of them on one job and get to like level 50 really fast. But I don't recommend that because, like I said, you know, if you don't keep all your jobs even, you're not going to be able to make anything anyway. Like you're going to get to max level, and then what? You're not going to be able to do shit because you can't make any of the stuff that level 50 requires because you can't make any of the materials because all your other jobs are low level. So you're going to end up just having to buy everything off the market board anyway. So you might as well just take your time, keep everything the same level. Keep your gear set the same, so you don't have to have a bunch of different gear sets, um, and just take it gradually, you know. And then like I said, once you've done all your dailies, if you want to just stop there for the day and just pick it up again tomorrow, that's definitely fine. You can do that. If you want to go a little bit faster, you know, probably what you're going to end up doing, at least until you're level 50, is just still doing what I was doing here and just making everything in the crafting log. And that's going to get a little bit more difficult as you level up because you're not going to have NPCs that are going to give you everything anymore. You may have to go gather some stuff yourself, which is why it's important to also level up your gatherers at the same time. Or, what I would recommend is before you even start crafting, just level up your gatherers as high as you can to make sure um, your gatherers have access to everything you're going to need ahead of time, so you don't even have to worry about it. Um, and yeah, so that's basically what you want to do to get started with crafting. So this has been a pretty long video. Probably gonna cut it there. Call it good for the first video. Um, and probably the next one, I'll probably go a little bit more detailed on the gathering side, especially Fisher, because I know that's one that people struggle with. It's probably the more boring one to do, but there's quick ways to level that as well. So yeah, but I'll cover that in the next video. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. So take care.